Hey guys, and welcome to today's off-season vlog series. So I am on my way to pick up Mr. Burge to go train legs in Perth. I'm really enjoying training legs through there again. More so my knees are enjoying it so much better than the hack pure, and then the knee flexion Smith squat that I was doing that I've done for years, which was great. It was just killing my lower back at the load that I had to do. So not to say that my lower back isn't still hurting, it gets pretty pumped now, sitting at 124 kilos, so that'll mean I've actually ordered Hydromax to see how that helps the lower back pumps, but I've had to take one of the moves out of my program, the sort of unilateral leg press. And the main reason because every time I do like a unilateral movement, my left hip always gets sore, like my left hip socket or the left hand side of my lower back. So it's my hip socket now, so remove that. Be interesting to see what it's like this week, and instead doing a prone curl today, and then on a Saturday doing like a hip flexion dominant Smith squat, which we'll see how my lower back is on that, because that's the day I've got RDLs and hip thrusters on. But all in all, things are going well with training. Push is getting a little bit hard, so I've had an adjustment to the stack as of this week. Just pushed up MPP to just try and help move things along, because everything else was progressing, but push was just getting ridiculously hard. So again, that should help the suit of armour feel, I always call it. I like to think that my ear's looking a bit better as well. That's the stitches out yesterday, so this is Tuesday. When this vlog goes live, it will be this video will be from last week. So yeah, ears looking a little bit normal, but a little bit of a tweak to training, but just continuing to still try and get fucking huge. So it is now Monday morning, and I'm definitely going to deload as of tomorrow. I already tried to record this video once and realised the camera was facing the wrong way. So when I looked at it this morning, I recorded that Saturday, and I realised I'm going to need to redo it. On Saturday, everything just felt very heavy. I mean, from the offset, nothing felt good, nothing flew. So that was just sort of like the icing on the cake, really, alongside the fact that sleep's been deteriorating this past week. So last night, so Sunday night, I was awake for 2 hours during the middle of the night. That happened 2 or 3 times last week as well, and that's clearly also one of the first signs that stress is very high in the body. But for me, that's usually the one marker of I do need to back off the gas. Combine that with recovery was slightly down on Saturday. I was still sore. My adductors were still sore going on from the Tuesday session. And I think what's happened is it's been roughly about 8 weeks, maybe 9 weeks since the last deload. But I deloaded then because of exertion headache. That was the day the gyms opened, or the week the gyms opened in Scotland. But it wasn't really a long enough deload, I think. And the past sort of 3-4 weeks off the training with Ali through in Perth, all it's done is really sort of battered my nervous system. My neurofatigue's just shot up, so it's meant that stress in the body's been compounded, built up, to now the point where I'm going to need to back off the gas to mitigate that. So I'm going to train this morning, I'm going to train today, tomorrow, and then have complete 7 days off. So this morning, sitting at 125 kilos.
With gold in great store, I promise to play the wild over no more, and it's no night never.
And let me tell you, I feel every single one of those. Back earlier on this year, if some of you used to watch my old vlogs, you'll know that I pushed up to 128, and at 128, it was incredibly hard to walk up a hill without getting out of breath. And I wouldn't say that I'm at that point yet, but it's certainly noticeable that just everything's becoming hard, from just walking about to loading up the bar. What I've found is I get a lower back pump from literally doing anything. So when you've already listened to what I was saying in regards to programming, what I find is that when I get to that sort of posterior day, after the RDLs, I've loaded it up, my lower back's pumped anyway, so when I do hip thrusters, see once I've unracked, like, you know, 260 kilos off the bar, I have to sit down for 5-10 minutes just because where my lower back is. So this past Saturday session, it wasn't dog shit, it's just I was really wanting to progress and it didn't happen. It's never gonna when you're waking up and sleeping, or you're waking up from sleeping and you're, you know, 2 hours some nights in the middle of the night, which, you know, I'm lying there and I'm like, fuck, this feels like prep. And it's not prep. All that's happened is I've obviously started training in Perth with Ali. It's been fucking brilliant, but those sessions are hard. Like, having the ability now to go past failure and do a couple of force rep is just wiping me out on that day. And when I get home, all I want to do is just sleep. The next day I'm useless. So it's maybe not conducive to continue to push right now without then having to take a long time off. So I'm going to speak to Cal, but the hypothetical plan is to still train legs as of tomorrow. Well, effectively when this goes vlog, it'll be today, and then back off the gas thereafter. However, strength is at pretty much all-time highs, and that's one thing I guess I always have to remind myself of.
Up! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Uppercut!
Is that, I mean, as a bodybuilder, you're just never happy, are you? You get so focused on the current and the now, you forget to look back 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months of, okay, well, what was I lifting before and what am I lifting now? And it's only when you do that and you have some sort of perspective, you then be like, oh, I guess that isn't too bad. Whether that is the weight on the bar, your form, your execution, how much you're feeling it. I have done that, but the main thing that I've really noticed the difference is I haven't noticed myself getting bigger. I've noticed the number on the scales getting bigger, but my clothes, I maybe said in the last vlog, I've gotten a little bit tighter, so I've had to go triple XL in a lot of t-shirts and literally rebuy some of the same t-shirts but in triple XL, which has been a fucking nightmare because it was only when I was cruising did I buy new ones. But hey, that's some of the problems of bodybuilding, right? Maybe I'll save them for when I'm dieting. Well, actually I can't because I've already fucking given them away. Since I've last on the vlog, myself and the team did a photo shoot through in Glasgow. That is just mostly like a clothing e-commerce shoot for the website, so a little bit different. It wasn't your usual like tops off and, you know, chuck the tan on and be looking lean. I'm certainly not lean, but it was more just like, right, let's fucking get a picture of you wearing the t-shirt, the hoodie, the vest, whatever it is. I would say my ear's pretty normal now, but at the time, because it was like Shrek and it was out here, I had to like get all the photos like this, so you couldn't see my ear. So whenever they go on the website, that is probably why you'll see I'm never looking straight at the camera. It's always tilted to the side. As a side note, the most anabolic straps that you will ever get your hands on will be available to purchase here soon. I'm getting them shipped, I think, as of tomorrow, well, effectively today when this goes live, and it should be here by the end of the week, if not the next. But with everything that's going on, sort of COVID and lockdowns across the world and whatnot, it might be a little bit later, and then I just have to weigh up whether I'm going to like aggressively sell them so close to the wedding or not. And I guess the wedding is another thing that I should probably speak about, because it's 4.5 weeks away, 4 weeks this Friday. And I'll be honest with you, I can't wait. I'm so excited. But I think that when you combine that with just what's going on around the world, it's probably adding stress. I'm always a believer of saying, you know, control what you can. And of course, that's exactly what we're doing. But, you know, we booked, so Maldives went on the okay to go list, right? So we were like, yeah, fuck, let's book that. Booked it. The next day, Nicola Sturgeon says, right, Tier 3, you can't travel. We thought, shit. Okay, that might change over time. 2 days later, Boris Johnson, right, international travel from England is, you're not allowed to go on holiday. And we're like, well, we booked from Heathrow. So, yeah, that means that more likely not getting a honeymoon, depending on if things change. But what we don't want is, you know, we've got this new tier system in Scotland, and it's great, but it's obviously that there's a lot of talk of whether we're going to lock down this and the next thing. And I'm just like, if we went for a month's lockdown, like time's ticking, it's 4.5 weeks away, or 4 weeks this Friday. What if we go to into lockdown on, you know, the following Monday? Then that means you got to reschedule the wedding again, and we're just here like, thinking we just want to get fucking married. Right? Yes, you know, if some places go into tier 4, you can still have a wedding, but you can't have a reception. In full lockdown, you know, in some places in England, I think you can have a wedding, only 5 people can go. So, you know, I'm just hoping and praying that it stays up here in the tiered system. I feel really bad for, you know, my Iron brothers and sisters down south, for my clients down south as well. I know there's a debate in Parliament what I'm going on Wednesday. Whatever the outcome, as a team, we'll get through it. We've done it for 5 months. Another month isn't going to phase us. But it's really like, I just feel that it's a bit of an injustice to them, because the gyms are not the problem, they are part of the solution, and there's so many debates and whatnot. And you could look at it from an objective standpoint and say, well, Vaughan, you're just saying that because your business is online, it's in gyms. And I'm like, yeah, but it's a no-brainer that if we improve people's health, then the mortality rates will get better. But yeah, I could go on for an hour, but I guess I'm not going to. So it's all a little bit up in the air right now of what's going on. I think that for the next 4 weeks, my levels of stress will probably, regardless if I deal it or not, will continue to rise, because we just want the wedding to be here. And yeah, I just want to be married. I mean, to my future wife, and I know that she feels the same. So I won't bore you with any more. The next update will be in a couple of weeks. There could be a fucking lot that can happen in that time. So wherever you are, whatever you do, give it the beans.